Hey everyone, let us solve Leetcode 238 and name of the problem is product of array except self. If you read the problem in Leetcode, it basically says we will have an input given to us and for each index we have to multiply all the values except the current index. So for example, when I am at index 0, I will multiply all the other elements and put it in output variable, output array. I come to the next one, except this one, I will multiply all the other ones and put it inside this array, output array. I come to this one, I multiply all of the other elements. Now you can easily do this using a nested for loop. So first of all, you will take a for loop and you will go through each element, and for each element you will multiply all the other ones except the current one. You can do that, but that will be O of n square, and our problem says we have to do this in O of n. If you don't know what O of n and O of n square is, if you do nested loop and for each element you have to go through the entire array every time, that is O of n square, and that is bad. When you will have millions of data, your program will be very slow. But O of n is a good approach, so we have to do this in one loop, or we can do this, we can do for loop multiple times, that's fine. We cannot just do it in nested manner. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. To solve this problem, I will take an extra array. I will call it left. And what am I going to do is I will go through all the elements from left to right. And for the first one, let's say I am at index 0. I will check what are the elements on my left. I don't care what are the elements, but I want the multiplication of all those elements. For the first one, however, we don't have anything to the left, so we will just put 1. Whatever the value is, we will just put it. I go to the next one. What are the elements on my left? I don't care, but what is the multiplication of all those elements? Well, the multiplication is put in this left. So all I have to do is 2 into 1, which is 2. Let me show you the next one, maybe this time you will understand. I come to this one. What are the elements on my left? I don't care about the elements, however, what is the multiplication of all those elements? Am I going to do 2 into 1 again? No, I'm not going to do that because I have already done that and I have put it here. So my current index number is 2 and I have put all the multiplication from my left to current I minus 1. In other words, at index 1, I have put it. So all I have to do is 3 into 2, which is 6. I come to the next one. What are the elements on my left? I don't care. What is the multiplication of all of those elements? Am I going to do 3 into 2 into 1? No, I am not, because in I minus 1 position to this array, I have already put the multiplication of everything to my left. So all I have to do is 4 into 6, which is 24. Now, if you didn't understand what I have showed you so far, let me explain to you again. Let's say I am at index 3. And every element I have to my left, I am putting it to I minus 1 position. In other words, If this is index 2, then I have put all the multiplication from my left to index 1. When I am at index 3, I have put all the other multiplication of all the elements to index 2 in this new array. Okay, I'm getting all the multiplication result from left side. However, I need the right side as well, because remember, our program says that I have to multiply everything from my left and from my right except the current one. So I have done everything from my left for each value. Now I have to do for the right. For that, I will take another variable called right, and inside that we will have an array just like this one. But for this one, I will start the loop from right side. In previous loop, we have went from left to right, but for this one, we will go from right to left, from the end to the beginning. Okay, what is the first value? 4. What do I have to my right side? I don't have anything. Okay, then I put 4. I come to this one. What is the multiplication of all other elements on my right? I have already put it right here, 4. So all I have to do is 4 into 3, which is 12. I come to this one. What is the multiplication of all other elements on my right? Am I going to do 3 into 4 again? No, I have done that and put it here. So 12 into 2, 24. I come to this one. What is the multiplication of all other elements on my right? It's 24. So I put 24 here again. Now we are closer to the solution, because for each index I have all the multiplication result from my left and from my right as well. Now all I have to do is take a new variable. I will call it result. Sorry for all this mess, by the way. I made some mistake when making this video, so you can ignore this one, this mess that I made. Anyway, I take a variable called result, and this time I run a loop again to my input array. I come to the first index. What is the multiplication of everything to my left? Well, looks like we don't have anything to our left. Okay, fine. What is the multiplication of everything to my right? We already have that. This one, I plus 1 position. This one, I plus 1 means this one, 24. Okay, then I put 24. I come to this one. What is the multiplication of everything to my left? This, I have already put it to my left. It's 1. Okay, fine. What is the multiplication of everything to my right? This one, this 12. It's index 1. So I'm looking for index 1 plus 1, or index I plus 1 in other words. So everything to my right is 12. So 12 into I minus 1. In other words, I minus 1 into I plus 1. 12 into 1, which is 12. I come to this one. Multiplication of everything to my left. That is 2. And to my right, 4. So 4 into 2 will be 8. I come to this. Multiplication of everything to my left. It's 6. Do I have anything to my right? No, I don't have anything to my right, then we'll just put 6. And this is the result. If you have understood everything so far, I am going to show you more optimized way. But if you didn't understand, please rewatch the video from the beginning. You don't have to continue because what I am about to show you will confuse you even more. But if you understood everything, let me show you that we don't need to take this array and this array. We can just do this inside one array. And let me show you how we can do that. So when we went from left to right, we did this, the multiplications. And this part is fine. Now I have to start from right to left. Just what I have done right here. I'm going to do that inside this one single variable, this one single array. So I come to this one which is 4. What do I have on my right side? I don't have anything. Okay. What is the multiplication of everything to my left? It's in I-1 position. I-1 is this one. So I will replace this variable, this value, with I-1, which is 6. Before I go to this one, I will take another variable, which is called product or prod for short. Before I come to this one, I will put whatever value I have right here in this prod variable. Okay, after I do that, I will come to this. Now, what is the multiplication of everything on my right? Well, I have put it to this product variable. And what is the multiplication of everything to my left? It's in I-1 position, which is this one, 2. So all I have to do is 4 into 2, which is 8. So I replace this value and put a new value, 8. Before I come to this, whatever value I have here, I want to multiply that with the product variable. So I get 12. After that, I come to this one. What do I have? What is the multiplication of everything on my right? It's in the product variable. What is the multiplication of everything on my left? It's in I-1 position. In other words, this 1. So all I have to do is 12 into 1, which is 12. So I replace this with this new value. Before I come to this one, whatever value I have here, I want to multiply that with this current value. So 12 into 2 will be 24. Okay, when it's done, I come to this. What is the multiplication of everything to my left in I-1 position? We don't have anything in I-1. Fine, then whatever we have in our product variable, we just put it right here. If you notice, this is exactly what we did, but this time we have done it inside one array. Now let me show you the code. I have a class called solution. Inside that I have one function, and inside that function I took a variable called result, and initially this is empty, and also a product variable. The default value is going to be 1. And at first, what are we going to do? We are going to run a loop from left to right of our array. Our array name is nums. And if it is the first value, then we know then that we don't have anything to our left side to multiply. So we just add that first value to our result array. And then we do continue. Continue means don't run anything below, because this is the first value. You just add it and you go back to the loop. So next time I becomes 1. So if I becomes 1, this will not run anymore. It will come to this. And what do we want to do? Whatever value we have in our current position, we want to multiply that with our I minus 1 position. And whatever value I get, I want to add that to my result variable. So we do this for all the values in our nums array, because for each value, we want to multiply everything to our left. I have already showed you. Now, what do we want to do next? We want to start from right to left again so that we can get whatever we have on our right side. But since we are using one array, and I have already showed you why I need a product variable like this, so that we can do everything in one array. The first thing we do, we run the loop in reverse order. So from our last value, and if it is the last value, I'm checking if it is the last value, then you do all this. Now you may ask, why did I do minus 1 here? So if our array has like five items, what is the last index? The last index is 4, because we know that array starts at 0. So the last index will be 4. So whatever length I have, minus 1 is the last index. So that's exactly what I'm doing here, that if it is the last index, or since we are running this in reverse order, so last index is actually our first index. So if it is that, then we just want whatever we have in I minus position, we just want to add it to our result of I. In this case, we are not adding anything, we are replacing whatever we have in our result of I position. We are replacing that with our I minus 1 position. And what do we want to do next? Before we go to the next variable, next value, we want whatever we have in our I position, we want to put that in our product variable. Then continue. This means since this is the first item, we have done everything for the first item. Don't run anything below. Okay, go back to the loop. So it goes to the next value, the loop. So the next time it won't run this, it will come here. But we will check if it is the 0 position. If it is the 0 index, that means we have ended the loop. We are at the very beginning of our loop. In that case, we know that we don't have anything to multiply on our left. So whatever we have in our product variable, we just want to put that in a result of I position, and basically we don't need to do anything, just return the result from here. But if it is not the 0 index, then we want to do whatever we have right here, meaning if it is I is equal to 2, 3, 4, whatever, then what do we want to do? Whatever I have in my product and whatever I have in result of I minus 1 position, I want to multiply those two and replace the current result of I position. And before I go to the next value, what do I do? Whatever I have in my product variable, I want to multiply that with my current num of I. So hopefully this all makes sense to you. If the code didn't make sense to you, that is because you didn't understand what I have taught you so far. So please rewatch the video, and if you watch it few times, hopefully you will understand everything.